Hey, you! What is up? So, I had a little plan-see-poo. I love thrift flips on the internet. I'm sure you do as well. So I love thrift flips because if you can make a piece of clothing for a couple dollars as opposed to paying $50 to $100 for it, I'm all here for it. And also if you happen to upcycle and save the environment while you're doing it, it's a twofer baby. So I have these 3 skirts and I want to upcycle them into 3 skirts that I actually wear. Here's the plan. I have 24 hours and I want to do 3 skirt upcycles. So that's the goal. I hope it turns out, and let's get into this.
Let me introduce to you our 3 contestants of the evening. Skirts. Contestant number 1, a low-rise A-line skirt. Just low-rise enough to negate all the years of therapy, as well as all the years of self-confidence you were building since you graduated high school. Oh honey, and this length. Too short to be modest. Too long to be anything else. We have a Karen length for you, and you know Karen is wearing this as we speak. Karen, this is not yours. We are making it better. Contestant number 3 is a Sally from finance who will not only steal yo man, but also steal yo yogurt. We also have some nice tag action to emphasize no one has worn this skirt in public since its creation, well over 30 years ago. This skirt also emphasizes the most attractive part of your body, your knees. Because when I think sex appeal, I think knees. We are turning this frumpy Harvard law girl into a cute Elle Woods. Bend and snap, ladies. The camera blurs because it also doesn't want you to see this monstrosity. Our last contestant of the night is a skirt made by yours truly. It emphasizes that just because you made a skirt does not mean you should wear said skirt in public. Not all clothes are meant to be seen. Not all skirts can be 30, flirty, and thriving, and this skirt proves that. Luckily, we will be improving all of these skirts today. Hopefully, we will find love.
So I really need to fix these skirts. They are this close from being what exactly I want. One of the skirts I made from a pattern. It was like one of my first skirts I made, and I didn't film it because it was on the fabric I got for 99 cents a yard because it has like a huge stain on the back. It's a very simple upcycle. I just want to put a major slit. Just a major slit, okay? Just a major slit in the skirt. So as you can see, it's kind of a low-rise skirt originally. This is a hand-me-down skirt. It's a low waist, so it fits like right here, and I want it to fit right at the waist. The hips are a little bit too ballooned out, so I'm gonna take in the waist, and I'm also gonna take in the sides just a wee bit. And the last skirt that I'm gonna do is this green one. So I wanna cut the skirt here, and then sew it back together. It has this seam-looking texture to it or detail. I also want to shorten it. If I'm feeling like really frisky, I'm just gonna put a little slit, a little baby slit. Not like a big one, just like a little baby one. Just gonna try it.
Skirt number 1 is the easiest DIY. All we have to do is draw triangles, which are called darts, on each side of the skirt, depending on how small you want your waist and how much you want the thighs to be taken in. The more tapering of the triangle, the more seamless it's gonna look. And for me, this is just trial and error. Also pin your sides. Come on. You got pins, you can use them.
Watch out, 'cause I know the break's coming. I know the break's coming. Know the break's coming.
I like the skirt. It fits much better now, but I think I took it in too much. A little bit too much, and also on this side it's like ballooning a little bit, and this side I like. So I have to take in a little bit more here, otherwise it's good.
For this skirt, we're going to cut 2 straight lines at the front of the skirt. I'm using the original seam as a guide. Next, cut up these 2 lines and flip the skirt inside out. Now you need to pin all the seams together and sew along this edge. Also hem the skirt to where you want it.
Watch out, 'cause I know the break's coming.
So I like this skirt much better now that I shortened it, but it still needs something else. It's kind of boring. I got to add the slit. To do this, I seam ripped up the hem slightly, maybe about an inch or two, and then I finished off the edges. I sewed the lining into the skirt. You're not supposed to do that, but I don't know. I had very little patience. For the third skirt, we are going to be adding a major slit here. The way I attempted this is drawing a straight line down where I want the slit to be, cutting it, and finishing off the edges. By the way, I did get a new home for my little baby sewing pin. It's a smiley sponge. I'm very excited about this. Anyways, pinning the edges ended up being the most difficult part of this. It took me a hot minute, or a hot hour, or probably more like a hot multiple hour. But you're supposed to finish your edges. Okay, so this is the skirt after the first attempt at sewing it. As you can see, there is some weird puckering action going on at the slit. It looks more like a U. Also, my straight line wasn't so straight. It looks like a curve because it was curved. You can also draw diagonals with rulers. Anyway, the new game plan is fold in the curve so that it's a straight line. I also feel like the top of the skirt is a little bit boring. It needs a little bit more dimension, so I'm gonna add a seam in at the top. This will hopefully also help with the U in the slit. Now I'm just gonna fold in all the edges and sew together.
Love this. What time is it? I don't know, it's night. It's hot in here. Oh my god. It's a new day. I'm still in this 24-hour challenge and I'm almost done. I just have to redo the skirt because I sewed a line in it and then it looked horrible and it wasn't straight in any way. I had to pull out the seam ripper. Oh my god. So then I got frustrated and it was around midnight and I was like, it's Mika's bedtime. So now it's morning time and we're gonna finish this off real quick. Long story short, I did it. It's been less than 24 hours and I sewed all of the skirts. If I give myself a time frame and a short amount of time to do something, I will do it. Because I've had these skirts, I've thrifted them or they're hand-me-downs or whatever for a long time. I haven't done anything with them until today. Since I'm an avid thrifter, that means I'm also an avid holder onto things that I think could be potentially cute but never are, or I haven't done anything with them. So I'm really happy I did. I sat down and I forced myself to do this. Maybe I'll make this a series of thrift flipping, upcycling, like what I have in my house, apartment, whatever. I just like to sign myself up for projects. The green skirt I thought was going to be the hardest. It wasn't the hardest. It was actually one of the most straightforward, and because the fabric was pretty easy to work with and I didn't treat the lining right, I just kind of sewed it in, which is, you know, you're not supposed to do that, but I didn't really care, so I added the slit. I'm really glad I did because it adds a little bit more drama. The white linen skirt, I knew it was going to be very straightforward because it was just taking it in on the sides a little bit, and it fits really well now. And the last skirt, my maxi skirt that I made from scratch, that I just added a slit in. That ended up being the most difficult project just because the fabric sucks. It's a bitch. It's so annoying to sew. It jams my sewing machine up. When I added the final seam at the front because it was so boring without anything, it wasn't a straight line. It looked horrible on, so I had to seam rip it and then sew it again. And seam ripping that fabric was the worst part of this whole thing. It looks a lot more wearable now. I would totally wear it. I would totally wear it. I love it. It's so cute. It looks like a Reformation inspired or Reformation-esque skirt. It's got like that burlap chic. Thanks for watching. Hope you like this, and I'll see you in the next one. Also, maybe like subscribe. That'd be cool. Just like, you know, a little subscribe. I dare you. I dare you to do it. Okay. See ya. Bye.